Hello everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. Always a pleasure, and I mean that, to be here with Kenny and Shaq. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets as they'll be playing against the Atlanta Hawks. Well, for Atlanta, both these teams excited about the matchup, feeling confident that they can prevail. We will see shortly how those aspirations pan out. And we'll be watching Dwight Howard manning the center spot in this one. He's never going to be, say, a 20 and 12 guy again, but his rebounding is still valuable.
Father Time takes a lot, but can't take away your height. Still has the size and the ability to be a huge factor on the glass on a nightly basis. Kenny, go ahead and say it.
Superman is in the building. I'll tell you, he's always averaged double-digit rebounds in the league, and I don't think that's going to go away no matter what happens. And he's born to rebound. Superman is in the – okay, I'll stop.
I've been here. Thank you very much.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
It's the land of mission control, Houston, Texas, where the Rockets are ready to engage in an interconference showdown. We welcome you this Thursday evening as we get set for some exciting NBA action on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from our Hall of Famer on the sideline, David Aldridge. Tip-off goes to Houston. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. On the wings, it's Korver and Bazemore. Paul Millsap out there with Howard, and it's Schroeder in at the one spot. Now, here's Ariza. Here's Capella. Harden against Korver. And a miss there on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And it's Schroeder missing. Atlanta on D. Chris, we know this. Patrick Beverley is known for his tough defense.
I wouldn't call him dirty, but Beverley definitely isn't shy about ruffling feathers or giving a little extra contact. He doesn't care what the crowd thinks. He cares what his teammates think. He get tangled up and try to throw you off of your game with punishing fouls, but so what? His work is he is one of the more feared defenders at the point guard position.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Now here's Howard. Here's Korver. That's good. And so Howard with the assist.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
That defense was awful. That was just pathetic. He should not be that wide open right near the bucket.
Here's Beverley after Kyle Korver's bucket. And another three for Houston.
And Beverley has wonderful moves and has a great stroke from downtown. Gotta love how he rises up with plenty of confidence.
Schroeder with the ball. Great touch on the 16-footer.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
The Rockets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. There's a screen. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was... He got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Oh, yeah, incredible teamwork there. A play you perfect only by practicing it until you're blue in the face.
And stolen by Ariza. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Beverly with the ball.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who is able...
Well, Kevin, he expects their interior defense to be airtight. He said rim protection is something we really do well. Our ability to contest shots allows us to become more aggressive on the perimeter. Makes it a win-win. We'll see if all of that holds up for them tonight. Back to you.
Wonderful, Dave. Thanks. They're thinking about their defense right off the bat here.
Yeah, great thought, really, to have coming out of the locker room. Worry about making stops first and foremost. Let the offense take care of itself.
Well, and it's something under your control. If you give the effort, if your guys are communicating with one another, you know you can come out and play great defense.
The kick out to Anderson. Reeves dishes to Anderson. Shot a bit long that time.
Really surprised he clanked that one. He makes those on the regular.
Here's Korver for 3.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
And Ariza isn't a guy you build a team around, Chris, but he is a solid starter in the NBA.
And he's a guy that's...
Both free throws good from Trevor Ariza.
Kev, whenever I see Trevor Ariza out there, I can't help but think of how he came into the spotlight. He went from being a role player early to becoming a major part of teams after his stint with the Lakers. He said he learned it.
And so it's Houston with it after the basket by Atlanta. Back to Harden. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Kyle Korver. And with Ariza, part of his progression was natural, but he knows that he made a huge jump after he played with Kobe in L.A.
Well, I thought his quote about playing against Kobe was great. I mean, he said, the first time I played against Kobe, he scored 40 on me. The last time I guarded him, he scored 35. So I guess I got a little bit better. You know what? Great sense of humor. Just glad to see it.
First free throw is good.
What makes Harden so special is his explosiveness. This guy can just turn it on whenever he wants to on offense. Obviously one of the better free throw shooters in the league. We expect this out of him.
Now, here's how far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Offensive rebound. Millsap misses.
He's usually very dependable from that range, but the D got themselves in that play and got him off kilter.
Back to Anderson. Passes it to Harden. Just 5 on the clock. From beyond the arc, Capella. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, man, Capella absolutely destroys the opposition on the offensive glass, using that gigantic body of his to snag down second chance opportunity.
Now here's Korver. He has 5. Back to Millsap. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Capella. Look at that.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
No easy buckets now. Hustle up. We let up on D, even a little, it's enough to get their guy going.
NBA record for most turnovers in a single season with 374. Wow.
That's terrible, but as bad as 374 sounds, it isn't too terrible when you look at the context of what Harden's responsibilities were on that offense. Often he would act as the lone playmaker and be prone to forcing plays. Nevertheless, taking care of the ball is something that he knows he has to work on.
Nene, he's checked in for Houston. Gordon comes in for Trevor Ariza.
And Harden is certainly used to finishing through the physical defense, demonstrating just how special a player like he truly is.
Rockets leading by 6. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively. And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Oh, well, that's a solid play and basket right there, and the lead continues to grow.
And here we go, Rockets running again. And slam dunk by Nene.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Well, they came to play today. It's still too early.
Houston making some changes. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Anderson. Brewer comes in for James Harden. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Patrick Beverley. And it's Korver in the corner. To the inside. Splitter kicks to Prince. Hawks passing it around. The 3 from Cephalosha. Drains it from beyond the arc. Cephalosha's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. To the wing right side. Outside Gordon. In the corner, it's Brewer. This one for 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You have to at least get a hand up, right? In Brewer's face from outside, he has such a quick pull-up on that perimeter, Jimmy.
They get a hand on it. Prince, the pass to Korver. Back to Prince. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Prince has got his first bucket in this one.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Beasley kicks to Brewer. Back to Beasley. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Ooh, can't believe he missed that one. I thought for sure that was the one.
Here's Prince. And that one is hammered home.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Well, also a miscommunication on defense. No one rotates over. See ya.
Here's Schroeder. 9 points in the game so far. A fast break for the Rockets. A pull-up. On the wing, Brewer. There's the 3. The rebound by Prince. The Hawks trail by 6. Left side, Korver. Pass to Splitter. From 10 feet out. No good that time. Excellent D there from Beasley. Houston's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And it's Gordon missing.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Korver gets a wide open look. Atlanta again missing. Rockets leading by 6. Prigioni, that's good. Prigioni's got his first points of the night.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
That's part of his skill set. Excellent recognition on his part to get in the best spot to complete that look.
And it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
3-1.
And the Hawks making a change here. Scott's checked in. And Greg, the Atlanta Hawks, a disciplined team. They've got the right coach in Mike Budenholzer. Wouldn't you agree?
I really do. They don't make a lot of mistakes. Offensively, they move the ball and they make the simple play. And defensively, they deny in transition and avoid cheap fouls. They really don't beat themselves.
Ball's knocked loose. Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded closely. 8 feet away. Misses off the right iron.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Nene dishes to Beasley. In the corner, it's Brewer. The feed to Prigioni. 6 on the shot clock. Inside. And here's the fast break. Scott leading the way. He feeds it to Schroeder. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. This is his first chance at the line tonight. First one falls for him.
Now, it's not exactly hard to see what the Rockets prefer to do on offense. They see the value of the three-pointer and put up a ton of shots from behind the arc. It's been years running that they've finished in the top 3 in three-pointers attempted at the end of the season.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And with the Rockets, Chris, they don't shoot threes at a very good rate.
Well, they're an analytically based team, and advanced stats show the value of the three-pointer. I must admit that it is strange to see a team that shoots in the bottom half of three-point percentage put up so many shots from deep. It's hard to argue with their approach, given their success in making the postseason during this era.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Knocked loose. Here's Prigioni. 7 points in the game. In the corner, it's Gordon. And stolen by Cephalosha.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
The Hawks have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. There's 10 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Prigioni, that's a 2-pointer. And that one is off. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Rockets lead by 10. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Basketball, this is my passion,
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
Yeah, that's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Jumping passing lanes, pressuring the ball, really forcing their opponents into some of these mistakes.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Schroeder and Bazemore pair up at the point and off-guard spots. Trent's out there with Mike Scott. And it's Muscala in at the 5 spot. And the Hawks making a change here. Millsap's checked in. Now, here is Harden. Following the miss by Paul Millsap. Here's Capella. A 3 ball. And James Harden with the 3. Harden's got the lead up to 11 now for the Rockets.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And Muscala kicks it over to Schroeder. Pass to Scott. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Houston leading by 9. Harden outside. The pass to Anderson. Back to Harden. Anderson the screen. Harden the pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
You just love how Harden moves the rock. When a teammate is wide open, he gets it to him so fast.
The Hawks trail by 11.
But when you watch Clint Capella play, you notice how smooth he moves for a center of his size. He gets off the floor easily to contest shots or grab boards. He can cover a lot of space in a short amount of time when acting as the help defender.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Expanding his range, Ariza no luck. Hawks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Poked away. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Back to Millsap. And Bazemore kicks to Scott. It's rebounded by Houston. There's the dish to Anderson. The shot out of bounds. Atlanta will take possession.
Couldn't come up with that pass there. Clearly wasn't expecting it.
Atlanta making some changes. Howard comes in for Muscala. And it's Korver in for Mike Scott. Here's Bazemore looking for his first basket still in this one. Got a piece of it. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza. Beverly against Schroeder. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. And the jam by Harden.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly. Just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
The Hawks trail by 11. Atlanta calls timeout.
Timeout. Timeout. Started.
And when you take a look at Patrick Beverly, a bit of a late bloomer in that he didn't start his NBA career until he was 24 years old. He played in several leagues in Europe after his college days as a Razorback. He honed his game and won some hardware overseas before deciding to come to the NBA.
And for Beverly, he was actually drafted back in 2009, but Chris didn't come to the States until 2013.
Well, it doesn't matter how you get to the NBA. It just matters what you do when you get there. Beverly had a few summer league trials while he was in Europe, but nothing stuck until he arrived in Houston. Sometimes it's just about the great situation, the great match for both. He has the game to stick around in this league, so I don't think he'll be leaving anytime soon.
Millsap has the open look. No good on the quick three.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Now Beverly. 6 to shoot. Anderson the screen. Ring shot on the way. And it's Beverly missing.
They were right up in his grill. Really gave him no breathing room to release that one cleanly.
Bazemore with it. He's picked up by Ariza. Howard kicks to Millsap. That one good for 2.
Great job right there, Kevin. Beating the defense to the spot. Love the strong, aggressive effort right there.
Houston leading by 9. And here's Beverly. Dishes it to Harden. Now here's Beverly. He kicks it to Capella. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Capella's got the lead up to 11 now for the Rockets.
Oh, wow, I just love the commitment by Capella. Rolling to the rim hard, even just after setting that perfect screen.
Millsap sets the pick for Schroeder. Out to the right wing. The shot by Millsap. Again, Millsap missing.
Cold start to this game for him. A lot of his shots have been off.
There's the triple. Beverly with the ball.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, a lot of Thunder fans still lamenting the trade of James Harden to the Rockets a couple of years ago when he became a superstar. But Harden doesn't. He said recently, "This is beyond my expectations. If I'd stayed in OKC, I'd still be in a good situation, but I don't think the sneaker deal and these other opportunities would have happened." He added, "Look, this is a grind. Every time you lose, you're blamed. For me, it's about continuing to work and focusing on what I can control." Kevin?
He deserves that top billing, DA. Thanks. No good on that one. Chris, you know how physically punishing the NBA can be, especially in the post. Which big men do you think are the most physical in the game right now?
Oh, well, I think you have to look at Drummond. I mean, Drummond. He's physical down there, man. He's a wide load. You still have to look at Marc Gasol, even though he's gone through some injuries. Zebo. And then you got to look at Big Boogie Cousins out there. All those guys are physical, and you want to bang with any of them, and you want any of them to be on your team banging for you.
Yes.
Another rebound haul in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And Chris, despite his flaws, most would agree that Harden is the clear-cut best shooting guard in the game now.
Well, look, let's not beat around the bush. What we're saying is his scoring makes up for his defense or lack thereof. Now, Harden does bring other skills to the table that he doesn't get enough credit for. He's an incredibly strong rebounder at the 2 spot, and his playmaking is levels beyond other shooting guards.
And the first one at the line is good.
And the Hawks, you know, really an interesting situation. You go back 2 seasons ago, they had the best record in the East. Made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And then last year, they showed some slippage. I mean, and pretty soon everything was in play.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. And it's Beasley in for Trevor Ariza. Korver, no luck.
Excellent D to force that miss there. That took real courage to risk being on a poster, being he's one of the best dunkers in the game.
Hits it from three-point range. Beverly's got his second basket of the night. The Hawks trade talk swirling last season, GA. From role players to their star players, it seemed nothing was off the table.
Yeah, but credit them for having a great culture and chemistry in that locker room. That kind of uncertainty takes a toll on anyone, though. And they've done their best to try to keep some stability and a roadmap to further success.
Harden gets the bucket.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Atlanta calls timeout. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
He's just hitting everything out there. The defense looks utterly dumbfounded in terms of how to slow him down.
When you watch the Rockets play, you can bet your house that they are going to see a lot of free throws. And Chris, not only does this team get to the line a lot, but they also have a tendency to send their opponents there as well.
Well, they do get to the line at an alarming rate. This group has been in the top 3 of free throws attempted by teams for years now. They just know how to create contact.
For the Rockets, Corey Brewer's checked in for Harden. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Patrick Beverly. The Hawks trail by 17. To the paint, here's Cephalosha. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And the precision lead pass by a highly skilled playmaker.
And Michael Beasley picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Prince is checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Here is Corver. 5 points in the game. Prince kicks to Howard, expanding his range, and that's Prince, that time on the assist by Howard. Prince has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Howard isn't just a banger down low. He also possesses outstanding vision to zip the ball over to the open man.
Here's Prigioni. 7 points in the game. Now Cephalosha. And here's Corver. Here's Prince. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Prince has got 11 points.
Good things come to those who go inside the paint.
It's Beasley on the wing. Offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback. And the Rockets lead by 12.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here is Cephalosha. He has 6. Splitter. Beasley with the rebound. Outside Gordon. Feeds it to Prigioni. Now here's Beasley. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Kicks it to Gordon. Beasley the screen to the middle. Goes up off the pick. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
But it's surprising, Kev, to see so little urgency on the defensive side, especially with them losing this game right now.
Nice effort on the alley-oop, but probably not a good choice.
Well, a good attempt to try to finish that alley-oop still, though. Still should have went for something better than that, though.
And there's the call on Nene. That's his first foul. Mike Muscala is checked in for Atlanta. 1:36 left in the first half. They get it back. And a missed layup.
He's not especially strong near the basket. All the defense did was make their presence felt, and it was enough to make him feel uncomfortable releasing that one.
Prigioni dishes to Beasley.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. The Hawks trail by 16. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Prince in the corner. He dishes it to Splitter. Hawks passing it around. Passes it to Cephalosha. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Muscala. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Hawks making a switch here. Scott's checked in. Houston leading by 16. Nene, the screen. In the corner, it's Brewer. And stolen by Prince. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. And the jam by Cephalosha.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
Here's Prince. Michael Beasley picking up that last basket. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Prince misses.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Shoots from 12. That's good on the jump shot. Prince has got 9 points now in the quarter. Prigioni for 3. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And the first half is now in the books. Rockets ahead, leading by 14. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're overshifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
James Harden scores in so many different ways, and I think we saw almost all of them in the first half. I don't know if anyone's more instinctual on the offensive end. His ability to draw contact and still drain shots is nothing short of incredible.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 1-on-1. Maintain position 1-on-1. Learn how to play basketball 1-on-1. Things like that, Ernie.
That'll do it for now. Second half coming up. We'll see you after the game.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
Oh, yeah, he's crafty, very difficult to defend one-on-one. We may see more double teams roll his way the second half.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. The Hawks trail by 14. Beverly and Harden are the 1 and the 2. Ryan Anderson out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Capella in at the center, locking down the middle. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
I mean, they just look totally disengaged out there. Seems like they've given up on this one.
Rockets leading by 14. Harden outside. Pass to Anderson. Back to Harden. 9 feet out and stolen by Howard. Here's Schroeder. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Howard's got his 4th assist in this one.
3 straight baskets in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry. And you look at Paul Millsap, one of the hardest workers in the league. You see it in how much he's added to his game over the course of his career.
Now here's Bazemore. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Korver, good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
From deep, Harden. No good there. Korver with the defensive effort. And, you know, you talk about how hard Millsap works. You need that motor to be a star power forward at 6'8".
Yeah, on the court, battling bigger players in the weight room over the summer. His love for the game is beyond question.
Ariza with the bucket.
And the three-point shooting skills of Ariza are just lethal. A volume shooter from there can flat out light it up.
The feed to Millsap. Pass to Bazemore. Three-pointer. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Surprising miss there. I mean, considering they started out nailing their first 3 shots of the half.
Anderson's shot is off.
Well, it's not the best start to this half. 1 for 4 is not the start they probably envisioned.
And here's Korver from the arc. And it's Millsap with the extra effort.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Now, here's Anderson. Here's Harden. And it's Harden slamming it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Timeout. And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Chris, throughout your career, you spent a lot of time down low on the blocks, and we're seeing less of that now, those post-ups that were such a primary option when you played in teams' offenses. Does that concern you? Is that good or bad?
It's concerning from this point. Kids aren't being properly coached. In the middle school and the high school level. Kids don't know how to play on the post. When you look back through the history of this game, whether it's been guards or big fellas, the post is not about how tall you are. The post is about how the closer you are to the basket, you usually have an advantage. And if you have game, then that pump fake game down there will work and get you to the foul line. And if you are a good passer, then it draws the double team. It changes the angle that the defense has to look inside and play. It helps slow the pace down sometimes in the playoffs when the game gets tough and a little bit more physical. And we can say that everybody's changed their game, but only one team wins a year. So, you know, I don't know if the trend is necessarily not there with big guys not in the post. When I look at guys like Drummond, Blake Griffin, Dwight Howard, Horford, Jordan, Zebo, the Gasol brothers, it's still a lot of post players out there. So I don't subscribe to that opinion that it's less on the post. I just subscribe to the opinion that maybe coaches don't want to coach that way because guys have post game. We just have to see if the game will change. But small ball right now is what everybody loves.
Great perspective. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, as always, the Atlanta Hawks run that fluid offensive system that is widely admired. You know, Steve Kerr, our old friend, used to say they get to the next level of their offense. You take away the first option, they automatically get to the second. You take that one, they automatically and fluidly get to the third option. And very few teams do that. Kevin?
Passing and shooting, D. That's what it's all about. Thank you.
I mean, you gotta love. I love the aggressiveness of Harden on offense, just relentless in how he constantly looks for a shot.
The Hawks trail by 15 to the inside. Here's Bazemore, and nothing is falling for him right now.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Harden kicks to Anderson. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Anderson's got 5 points so far.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Now here's Bazemore, guarded by Harden. Howard. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, you had the feeling that Dwight Howard was going to move on from Houston this last offseason. Ends up opting out and signing on with his hometown team, the Atlanta Hawks. Got a sizable 3-year deal as well.
Roof shots.
And he can't get the first one. And for Howard, he was courted by several teams in free agency, arguably the biggest name at the center spot.
Well, he met with several teams that would have been a good fit, but I think the hometown factor was too hard to pass up with Atlanta. Might be his last big contract in the league. Might as well take it for the team you loved growing up. They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
I mean, it's just been one of those days for them. It seems like all their shots are dropping for them.
Tipped away. Oh, and here comes Anderson all alone. And Harden with the basket on the assist from Ryan Anderson. And now it's 27 points for James Harden. Beverly against Schroeder. He feeds it to Bazemore. A three-pointer is right on target.
Talk about the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter. Wow.
Come on, Harden, let's go.
Anderson the screen. Shot off the screen. Harden, no good. The Hawks trail by 18. Outside Millsap. Back to Howard. Inside. Ariza with it. He's got 5. Here's Beverly. There's the pass to Anderson. On the clock. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball. No points there. Only his third miss in 10 attempts from the floor. To the paint. The Capella inside, working on Howard. They get it again. The kick out to Anderson. Here's Ariza. Another miss by Houston.
He hasn't been able to sink anything, really. His team still leads, but it's unclear if he will find his game by the time this one ends.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Schroeder against Beverly. Schroeder kicks to Howard. There's the dish to Bazemore. And Harden comes to help. Here's Howard, and it's Dwight Howard with the finish.
And like Shaq in the past, it takes a ton to stop Howard on these shots. Simply bodying him sometimes isn't enough.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Now, even as Dwight Howard starts the back end of his career, he is still very elite in certain aspects of the game. Number one, probably being his rebound. He still puts up huge rebound numbers every game and can single-handedly keep a team in the rebound battle.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. Brewer comes in for Ryan Anderson. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Patrick Beverly. Cephalosha misses. And with Howard's rebounding, he just gets to everything that comes off the glass. He makes it, Chris, so many times look so effortless.
I mean, it looks as if he doesn't even have to think about it, like rebounds just come to him, like it's just a second nature to him. But he has that tenacity. He never has averaged less than double-digit rebounds per game in his entire career. With this size and jumping, I'm not sure if he ever will.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Houston leading by 16. Kicks it out to Gordon. They need this one, and he's good on the three ball.
What about the vision of Ariza just slashing the D apart with his passing?
The Hawks shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Dishes it to Scott. Prince outside. In the corner, Cephalosha with it. Prince kicks to Scott. The tray sinks the three-pointer. Scott's got 7 points.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
This is a shooter's dream. They are really letting the outside shot fly.
Here's Prigioni. He's got 7. For 3. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Oh, he hasn't started this game on the right foot, but it hasn't slowed his team from grabbing the lead.
Muscala, the pass to Schroeder. It's deflected. Houston's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Prigioni kicks to Brewer. Nene with the screen on Prince. Here's Brewer. Hands it from downtown. He's got 6.
Well, I don't know what the defense is doing, but Brewer is the last guy you want to leave open off the screen. He's just a total genius at being right in the right spot to drain the wide-open jumper.
Now here's Prince. 13 points in the game. Scott missing again. There's a minute left to play here in the third. Feeds it to Prigioni. Back to Ariza. He kicks to Gordon. Houston moving the ball around. Passes to Brewer. Shot clock at 6. Nene setting the pick for Brewer. Can't connect from long distance. The Hawks trail by 19. Here's Scott. And the shot falls short this time.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Well, that's just not wise to take that shot in that situation. He'll think better of it next time around.
Prigioni, that's good.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded closely. There's the pick. No good on the buzzer beater. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Houston on top, delivering the blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Chris, so often we'll see one play in a game that seems to change the mentality, the momentum, the feel on the floor. As a player, do you feel it when one play, just one play, can alter the mood of a game, change the pace of a game?
Well, yeah, Kevin, you can definitely feel it. I mean, a lot of times, you're trying to invoke it, implore it. You're trying to speak it into existence.
Yes.
So, if you see someone that gets a big steal when you need one and you guys have been, plotting for it on the sideline in the huddle, or if you see a guy hit a big three that ties up the game and, it's a 17-4 run and it makes everyone believe, and then the roar of the crowd and how that goes, momentum is definitely tangible. When you see someone get dunked on and one poster, take the lead up by one, crowd goes crazy. I believe, it actually affects you physically.
Yes.
Your heartbeat, your pulse, your endorphins, your adrenaline, everything gets going. So, yeah, you definitely can feel when the play alters the mood of a game.
Great way to put it. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for Atlanta, Bazemore is the 3 with Millsap the 4. Schroeder runs the point with Korver to his side, and it's Splitter in at the center. Here's Schroeder following the basket by Nene. They get a hand on it. Splitter sets a screen. Bazemore dishes to Schroeder, kicks to Splitter. Pass to Schroeder to the middle. Rocket 6. Shoots a fader. Another miss by Millsap.
He can hit that fadeaway shot, but with the D on him, you can't blame him for attempting that shot.
Pass to Anderson. From deep. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Splitter. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
Works for a look in close. That's just an excellent effort.
Rockets leading by 21. And here's Harden. In the corner, it's Capella. Lets it fly. That shot off. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Bazemore for 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Harden's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And here's Gordon from outside. Drills the three-pointer.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Pulls up. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And the basket by Harden.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
Well, no one is stepping up and making them beat them off the dribble. Until that happens, they'll continue to burn you from there.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
That's an aggressive approach to the rack, but still he calmly floated it in.
Here's Beverly, and he jams it with authority.
And Beverly is lightning quick on the drive. Not many guys are going to be able to keep up with him when he's moving that fast.
For Atlanta, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Beverly against Schroeder, and there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. Houston with a big group substitution here. Montejunas is checked in for Clint Capella. Beasley comes in for Ryan Anderson. Sam Decker's checked in for Gordon, and it's KJ McDaniels in for James Harden. And then for Atlanta, Chris Humphries has checked in for Millsap. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Kyle Korver. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Connects from three-point range.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Splitter with a screen on Beverly. Picked by Humphries. Hardaway for 3. Atlanta again missing. And here's Houston. They're on a 15-6 run. Decker kicks to Beasley.